My name is Lily Hale. I'm 32 years old. And on the day I got married, 3 vacant seats spoke volumes that my parents never managed to utter. No phone call, no message, just emptiness wrapped in the guise of custom. As I uttered my vows, they offered zero response. Yet that quiet rang out stronger than my promises. Attendees grinned, shutter clicks echoed. But sympathy is simple to detect. Even beneath the glow of bubbly, I convinced myself I was okay. I wasn't. 2 years on, once my Porsche appeared on social media, my mother suddenly recalled my contact. We must discuss. Gathering of the clan tomorrow. I agreed. But now I wasn't arriving in the role of their child. At times, the most piercing regret is the kind that stays unspoken. From where are you tuning in? I need to know who's absorbing this at this moment. In our home, family always centered on Logan, my sibling. The star of every spotlight, each medal, each posed grin on the shelf bore his label up front. Father dubbed him the heir to the Hale legacy, as though we were nobles in a quiet Oregon suburb. Mother trailed him with her lens, capturing his triumphs. As if affection required evidence, I'd perch on the rug, doodling in the shadows. Graphite stains on my fingers, observing them reshuffle the displays to accommodate his latest honor. My drawing award got tucked into a cabinet beneath discount slips. When I inquired about their attendance at my exhibit, Mother kept stirring the pot. Maybe, dear, Logan's got his tournament. It was eternally tournaments. Even upon securing a complete ride to Stanford, Father beamed and remarked, wonderful. Perhaps Logan could switch over there as well. It turned into a household habit. All commendation carried a shadow of his mention. Thus, I mastered the art of fading into the ambience. How to render quiet seem grown-up, how to affirm amid oversight, how to cease seeking cheers that never materialized. Decades on, when Ethan, my spouse these days, observed it, he noted you described them as if they're specters. Perhaps they truly were. Yet, dialing them for the wedding invite, I hoped phantoms might confirm. But when Mother responded, "We'll attempt it, darling," and Father's tone drifted from afar with, "Inform her we're occupied," I grasped it. They weren't skipping my ceremony. They were reinforcing the routine. In our clan, devotion was forever filed beneath his title. Portland during autumn carried the air of resolute focus. Overcast heavens, persistent drizzle, the urban pulse navigating through mist. 2 years post-nuptials, I constructed sans their ovation. Crescent Studio, my firm, my alternate pulse and refuge. The instant the buyout sealed, the display lit up. Acquired, 21 million. Bubbly splashed. My crew whooped in a chaotic circle. Jen lifted her flute, to the lady who forged from void. The burden of endless nights, turndowns, subtle victories no one beheld. As the workspace cleared, I lingered with the urban gleam. My image drifted across the pane like a cue. You achieved this solo, and you persisted in inhaling. Impulsively, I shared the Porsche in earthy metallic silver. Legend. Aspirations fulfilled. Not boasting, merely evidence I endured. 3 days hence, my device vibrated amid planning session. Unidentified caller. Oregon prefix. I picked up regardless. Lily, Mother's timbre, gentle, rehearsed, delicate as crystal, 5 years, no note, no holiday note. Now she bore haste as if booking atonement via planner. We must converse. Clan summit tomorrow. I chuckled, a brief tone keener than intended. Following 5 years of hush, it's vital, she insisted. Father chimed in. Convey it's pressing. I envisioned the aged corridor and the displayed medals. I envisioned their expressions calculating my prosperity. What's the topic? I probed. Her hesitation revealed it all. We'll clarify tomorrow, akin to a neat agenda slot. When the line dropped, I sensed no fury nor reminiscence. Merely insight settling like dusk haze above the bay. They hadn't evolved. They'd merely spotted the vehicle. Ethan glanced from his screen opposite our desk. All good, he inquired. My mother seeks a summit. Will you attend? He ventured at last. Yes, I replied. I believe it's due. That evening the residence buzzed with rehearsed stillness. I composed a note to my lawyer for dawn. Kindly examine estate papers. I entered without quiver. If they're summoning a huddle, I'm not showing up unprepared. I dozed fitfully, as if the panels were eavesdropping once more. Dawn brew rose in vapor while Portland leaned somber against the pane. You aren't obligated to proceed, he offered, handing the cup. I must, I stated, but not in their offspring's guise. I'll appear as the individual who mastered accounts. On the route, November rays sifted via known branches. Each kilometer stripped away a stratum I'd cultivated. Their dwelling emerged diminished, as if chronology had refined the view. Pale blinds, stone veranda, blooms clipped to ideal. They skipped my hardships. They reached out when triumph did. Note 1 if you've been overlooked till you succeeded. Note 2 if you quit pursuing those blind to you. The journey to my upbringing's abode spanned 40 minutes. November rays sifted via branches, mild yet chill. Every kilometer resembled stripping a layer of healed wound. When the dwelling emerged, it seemed reduced from recall, as if duration had calibrated the proportion. Mother unlatched prior to my rap. Her gaze darted right to the Porsche in the forecourt. "You've prospered notably," she observed. No greeting. "Indeed," I responded, "naught else." Within carried the scent of citrus cleaner and aged dominance. The feast board was prepped, documents piled near father's stein. He occupied the apex like a corporate session. Logan and his partner were present, facades of worry affixed. "Lily, father stated we value your presence." I hadn't sensed an option. He coughed lightly. "Your sibling faced monetary hurdles. School fees, home payments, matters lag. We figured you might assist, merely till recovery." Logan inclined, vendor's grin primed. "Kin aids kin." Father nudged a dossier over the surface. "We've prepped most for ease." My title gazed from the endorsement spot. A part within me stilled. "Easier," I murmured softly. "You must have orchestrated this huddle some time back." Mother's tone mellowed to her go-to tactic. "Darling, avoid theatrics. We're requesting, not insisting. Truly, for it resembles an ambush." Logan snorted. "You perpetually assume assault. You've amassed your wealth, now behave as kin and distribute." Father steadied his palm on his arm. "Lily, we funded your schooling. This marks your moment to reciprocate." I nearly guffawed. "You refer to the schooling I financed via grants. Since you declined my loan guarantees?" Quietude. Mother essayed anew, timbre quivering on signal. "Consider your nephews, darling. They oughtn't endure for this." Her phrases landed like a snare. I rose, approached the casement. The identical playset beyond, hue-flaked, cord-worn, static akin to them. "Where were you for my ceremony?" I queried. Logan fluttered lashes. "Pardon, 2 years prior." Whereabouts? Mother's mouth compressed. "We had commitments." Logan hosted a gathering. Father appended sans remorse. "It lacked suitability. The chamber iced. Even the timepiece halted its pulse." I pivoted, serene now. "And presently you're present, due to glimpsing the Porsche virtually. Due to abruptly deeming me valuable." None uttered. I sealed the dossier and returned it before Father. "You'll receive my reply tomorrow." As I departed, Mother summoned. "Avoid complicating beyond necessity." I refrained from glancing. "It's already at peak complexity." They sought to advance. I delivered a record. The following midday, daylight sliced over the feast surface, like a beam poised for its act. I stationed the Porsche up front. Permitted the motor to hum an instant beyond need. This round, my heartbeat held steady. I wasn't anxious. I was finished with subtlety. Mother unlatched, neutral pullover, rehearsed grin. "You arrived," she noted. Naturally, I countered. "You deemed it crucial." Father occupied the apex once more, sheets arrayed tidily. Lenses perched low. Logan reclined adjacent, neckwear slack, the portrait of a fellow slighted by fate. "Circumstances remain dire," Father commenced. "We'd prefer to seal the advance presently." I set my satchel on the surface, yet held stance. Prior to that, I stated levelly, "There's an item you ought to view." Logan grinned slyly. "Permit a venture, additional snaps of your ride." "Not precisely." From the satchel, I withdrew a hefty packet and positioned it centrally. The prominent title proclaimed the Rivera Media Scholarship Initiative. "What's that?" Mother queried, forehead furrowing. "An unexpected gift," I murmured gently. "As we're addressing kin commitments, I wish to unveil my contribution." Father perused the sheet, bafflement ascending to incredulity. $16 million, each dollar, I affirmed. Juridically safeguarded, devoted to supporting learning for emerging females in creative fields. Logan chortled, the noise fragile. "You donated $16 million to outsiders." "Not outsiders," I clarified. "Youngsters resembling me, overlooked within their abodes." Mother's grip quivered. "Lily, that's imprudent. You might have aided your kin." I activated my device, crimson indicator pulsing. "For openness, I'm capturing this exchange." Thus we're all aligned on requests and offers. Father tensed. "That's superfluous. It's imperative," I countered. "You've articulated your hopes plainly. Permit me to state mine." I inclined. "You absented my commencement, my campus display. My union, each landmark I sought you. Each instance you selected alternative." Mother's timbre fractured. "We merely pursued what seemed optimal." "No," I stated softly. "You pursued ease." Logan pounded the surface. "You deem yourself superior for fortune's favor?" "Fortune." I chuckled mildly. "Triple shifts via university, dozing in my vehicle betwixt lectures. That's not fortune, Logan, that's endurance." None vocalized. The atmosphere congealed with the unvoiced. At length I aligned. "You sought discourse on kin. Here's my interpretation. Kin appears, you didn't." Father's timbre sank deep. Kinship binds eternally, then you should have pondered that. Ere you thinned it, I stated. I latched the satchel and oriented for the exit. Logan bellowed, you can't merely depart. I glanced rearward, serene, firm. I already departed 2 years past. The portal latched with a snap. Beyond, the breeze felt fresh, not eased, simply authentic. They pursued funds. I presented a reflection. The subsequent dawn, banners unfurled over Portland. Entrepreneur from scratch transforms hurt into mission. The image depicted me adjacent the Rivera Initiative placard, poised, collected, impervious. By midday, my messages surged. Felicitations, chats, intrigue, nested amid was a lone dispatch from Mother. You've shamed this lineage. I left it unanswered. That midday, guards alerted from the entrance. Your kins arrived. They're insisting on access. Via the transparent barriers, I beheld them, Mother gesturing, Father seething, Logan flushed, my staff halted. Direct guards to usher them away, I directed evenly. No clamor, no spectacle. Merely limits with resolve. Mother's timbre resounded dimly via the corridor. She's forsaking her kin. I averted. No, I whispered. I'm rescuing my core. That dusk, Ethan decanted dual goblets of vintage on the terrace. The metropolis shimmered beneath, constant, vibrant. So that's concluded. He posed. That's concluded, I affirmed. They revealed their essence. I ensured the world beheld it likewise. He beamed. Retribution, your manner. Not retribution, I clarified. Reimagining. A week hence, I positioned within the initiative's fresh workspace. Daylight cascaded over arrays of recorders and processors. Chuckles resounded, youths crafting their debut reels. One elevated gaze. Miss Hale, might you assess this shot? I bent alongside her. Flawless, you're perceiving existence rightly. Beyond, precipitation gleamed versus the pain. No absent visages, no barren seats. Simply serenity at last attained. Certain lineages are assembled, not inherited. If you've ever departed to claim calm, solitude evades you. Share below from whence you're attuned. Your tale could be the subsequent balm another craves.